Guys, this is our previous question, that is synthesizes and uses of diazepam and chlorpromazine. There we discuss the synthesis of a diazepam. Now here in this video we will discuss chlorpromazine. What is this chlorpromazine? The use the synthesis of this very simple synthesis. See here, just 2-bromo benzal when made to react with 2,5 dichloronitrobenzene. Okay, then there will be formation of one complex product. That complex product on catalytic reduction, we will get one more sulfur complex product, that is heterocyclic compound. Again that on the minus HBr means hydrogen bromide, on heating it gives 2-chlorophenothiazine. This 2-chlorophenothiazine on HCl, there will be formation of chlorpromazine. See, these all are structural based, so you have to practice this. No substitute except practice that. This is the antipsychotic drug, highly sedative action and hypotensive action, because to treat the hypotensive, because of its hypertension, its main work is a antipsychotic. But in other way we can also treat for the hypotensive, means those who are hypotensive patient. To treat that hypotensive, due to its hypotensive action, we can give them. Now our next concept here is let's move towards the one more very important question, that is define and classify general anesthetic with examples, explain their mode of action, or write synthesis of methahexital sodium. See, this question asked in the year 2020. See this one in the year 2020 January. Define and classify general anesthetic with example, explain the mode of action, write the synthesis of the methahexital sodium or methahexitone sodium. Both are same. Now let's discuss that what it says. See, first let's discuss on the general anesthetic agents. It is a reversible state of unconsciousness produced by the anesthetic drugs with the loss of the sensation of pain over the whole body. Very simple. Here in general anesthesia, what happens? The whole body is unconscious here. Okay, if you inserted this type of agents, anesthetic agents, means what happens? The whole body becomes unconscious. It is caused by the special drugs or other substances called anesthetics. Now classification: inhalation anesthetics, ultra short acting barbiturates, and dissociative anesthetics. Inhalation, in the name itself, it is indicating inhaling the chemical substance here. These are directly reaches the lungs and then transferred from the alveolar space of the lungs to the blood and finally to the brain. Very simple. What happens? You just imagine these are the lungs. Now while you insert that anesthetic, which one? Inhalation anesthesia, it will enters into your lungs. Then it transfers into the alveoli. You know that where the exchange of gases takes place, alveoli in the bloodstream. So that enters into the alveoli, then alveoli to the bloodstream. Finally, your blood, it circulates throughout the body. It goes to the brain. There, what it will do? It will stop its action. Means it will inhibit the GABA receptors. Okay, GABA receptors, if inhibited, means automatically no signals. No signals means he is unconscious. Very simple thing. Next example is enflurane. It is the example, enflurane. Then it is used for the inhalation anesthetic drug during 1970 and 1980, but no longer in use. Not now, but in the 1970 and 1980, that enflurane, which is the inhalation anesthetic we are using. Then isoflurane. See, isoflurane, the structure of this isoflurane, generally it is also general anesthetics. And halothane, yes, it is also one type of inhalation type of general anesthesia which was given to maintain the anesthesia. Clear? Next, our classification is ultra short acting barbiturates. In the name itself, it is indicating ultra short. Means they are also used as a general anesthetics. They are generally used to reduce anesthesia before using an inhalation anesthetics. Before giving the inhalation, we are using this. And what's the main product of this is main reason why we are using this? It produces the rapid action, that is within a seconds of their administration. Within a second, it produces its action. And it is given intravenously. Methahexital sodium. This is the structure of methahexital sodium. At last we will study synthesis and mechanism of action of this methahexital sodium, which is very important for your examination and also for your knowledge purpose. See, you know it is a short acting anesthesia commonly used in the induction phase of general anesthesia. Then thiamylyl sodium. Okay, thiamylyl sodium, it is also one type of the anesthesia. Which one? Ultra short acting anesthesia. Now Next, very important here. Now the last one is that is a dissociative anesthesia. Now what it says, dissociative means it is a very funny anesthesia. Here it is a type of anesthesia which is associated with the catalepsy, analgesic and amnesia, means it having the analgesic property, but it does not cause the patient to the loss of consciousness. There is no full loss of consciousness. How? Because it does not produce the state of a general anesthesia. Simple, what happens now, in your body you are able to swallow the food, you are able to take the food, your eyes are open, but here the one major thing is you are not completely anesthetic in nature. No, not completely, but we can say that partially. Why? What happens here? Here only what these agents they will do, they will interfere with the sensory signals to the brain, and by interrupting the communication between the different parts of the control nervous system. Just what they will do, they will interfere in the sensory signals. You know that sensory signals will transmit the messages, so these will interfere there and they will stop the further proceed of the messages. Okay, in the patient they are not completely anesthetized. Then ketamine hydrochloride, example for this, it is a selective antagonist. Now mechanism of action, so it acts as a selective antagonist of NMDA, means it will stop which one, NMDA, that is N-methyl D-aspartate receptors and glutamate receptors. It inhibits by interacting with the NMDA. It means this ketamine hydrochloride, which is anesthesia, what it will do, it will interact with this N-methyl D-aspartate and cause you to partially anesthetic in nature. It causes inhibition of uptake of serotonin, dopamine, blockers of the sodium and calcium. Means what happens if your serotonin is inhibited, means if your dopamine is very essential for laughing, it is laughing hormone, dopamine, if they are inhibited, means how can you communicate with others? No, it's highly impossible. Okay, why? Because these inhibitory agents, they will block the NMDA receptors. Then synthesizers of the methaxetal sodium, very important synthesis and very simple. Just see, you have to practice these complex synthesis. And this is also known as hexitone sodium. Okay, then let's study with the mechanism of action. It binds to a site which is associated with the chlorine ion spores present in the GABA receptors. Simple, what it will do, it goes and binds to the GABA receptors. If the GABA receptors get inhibited, means no action of the neurons. Okay, then it opens the chlorine pores and in turn produces inhibitory effect. Here what happens, just they will proceed only chlorine, not a sodium. They will inhibit the sodium and they will just pass chlorine where, into our bloodstream, into our neuron cells. Only chlorine get excreted and not sodium. When our body get polarized, or when we get a complete sense, means when the sodium and chlorine both should act complementary. Okay, if only chlorine get, means there is only one charge cannot be synthesized the current, so it causes the depression of the control nervous system. If depression occurs, means gradually the patient asleep, means he is in unconsciousness. Yes, these are the very important question. Maybe this is the 9th question of our today's discussion, part 5. Inshallah, next we will come for the very important some more 10 marks questions. So if you are new to the channel, subscribe my channel Let's Join Pharmacy. One more channel, Medico Shorts, there we will upload important knowledge related things, means drugs examples. Can I tell you about the knowledge of the drugs, then composition of the drugs, side effects of the particular drugs. Okay, very important video for the pharmacy student. So subscribe that. I will put the link in the description. Thank you, and download the notes.